What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Today is August 14th, 2025. I got the date wrong in my head. I thought it was the 13th. Today's the 14th. Today we're doing another spooky adventure, and we're going to go see the one and only new horror film called Weapons. So join me. I am Saj the Boss, and we're headed our way to my local movie theater to go see the movie Weapons. I cannot wait. I'm super excited. I heard amazing things about this movie. So yeah, I'm about to go see what this film is all about. So yeah, it's about 17 kids who gone missing and they don't know what's going to happen. It's the same director as The Barbarian. So I'm just really excited. That's like my going in thoughts. I'm just excited. I love horror movies. It's been a while since I've seen a horror movie. We have finally made it to our theater for Weapons. Let's go see Weapons of Mass Destruction tonight at Weapons at my local Cinemark. Let's get it. I also learned on the way here that Jordan Peele was actually supposed to be a director in this movie, crashed out, and he did not become the director. So yeah, let's get inside, wear my ghost shirt. The only popcorn bucket they have is crypto, ladies and gentlemen, which is pretty cute. And the Karate Kid still. Interesting. Let's get some beer popcorn. Small popcorn for $6 and a $9 IPA, which is the truth. It's a medium. So yeah, very excited. We'll see you guys after. Guys, we just got out of Weapons. That was one of the best horror movies I've ever seen in theaters besides The Terrifier 3. Oh my gosh, what a blast of a movie this is. So many things that are happening at once. It is a mystery and it grabs you by all kinds of emotions as you watch this movie. This is a Netflix joyride from hell. It's amazing, guys. You gotta check this out. Wow, can't wait to get home and do my whole non-spoiler review. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just have made it to Autumn's End officially, and I gotta tell you this: Weapons is one of the best horror movies I have ever seen on the silver screen. This movie really follows a documentary, kind of almost a retelling and foreshadowing the events that happened at 2:17 in the morning. Events and aftermath of the follows the day after all the events. I think this movie took place in 3 or 4. I think 3 or 2 several days. I think 3 or 2 days actually this movie took place, in my opinion. It takes place in a small town called Brownsville, Pennsylvania, and it follows a couple of characters who is a teacher, a cop, a contractor, a welder, kind of like a contractor / welder, and parents and a young little boy, and a surprise. And I'm not going to spoil that surprise. It also has this vibe where it really reminded me of a old fairy tale and a classic poem that you guys probably read about in preschool or elementary school or growing up, if you remember the story. If you overseas, I don't know if you guys had the same story as we did. I bet one of the stories you did, but one of the books is a classic and always made me laugh. And it really played that fairy tale to its reality in this movie. So without further ado, the character I'll go for is Miss Candy. She is the main protagonist of the story. It follows her classroom after all of the kids disappeared in her life. What's her life outside of school? And how is she handling the loss of her children that she taught? How is she handling that? This movie really played, that's how her character played out in the film. I'm not sure who the actress is, but she did a phenomenal job, deserves an Oscar for that role. And then it follows the other men and women, it follows the principal, it follows every single person in the town, trying to figure out what the heck happened to these kids who got missing. And another character that plays a big part of this is Archer, who is the contractor. Archer is the one looking for his son. And he's almost really depressed, and he actually sleeps in Batman bed sheets. And I sleep in Star Wars bed sheets. Nothing wrong with that. And the way I found out was really emotional. I don't want to spoil it, but it is sad what people do during mourning. It's really emotional. And the film also follows a young kid named Alex, which I don't want to give too much in detail on him, but his story is even sadder than anything I've ever seen in a movie. Yeah. So those are the main characters, and did not want to give too much away by those. And there's a ton of things I liked about this movie. This is a fun horror movie that keeps you on the edge of your seat. It feels like you're watching a Netflix documentary through and through. It feels like you're watching a cold case, and every single time you turn the corner, you just keep on guessing what's going to happen. And this movie is not even predictable like any other horror movie I have seen. Like, this movie that has done everything I have highly respected in horror in numerous years. And this is the same director who did The Barbarian, and I'm like, yes. He did a great job with this movie. I want to see more. I want to know whether it will be a prequel. I want to know what the whole meaning behind 217 is, so I got to look that up. And there wasn't anything I really disliked about this movie. This is just a fun horror movie through and through. It feels like you're reading a Stephen King novel. It just felt like you're just melted in a small town, and you kind of figured out all these puzzle pieces that kind of led you to where you are. Yeah, this movie just keeps on making you guess and think and making you have all these probabilities. I'm like, whoa, what would actually happen if this actually really happened in real life? It's scary to think about, guys. And this movie, Weapons, the meaning of behind the movie title Weapons, you'll find that out, which I'm not going to give away, but it does really fit into the vibe of this whole horror aesthetic. So yeah, at the end of the day, Weapons, a total blast in the theater, 10 out of 10. I see why the Rotten Tomatoes were skyrocketing. This is one of the best horror movies I have ever seen in the theater, and I cannot wait to rewatch it later on. So as always, I am Sasha Boss, and Weapons is a solid 10 out of 10. Easily one of the best horror movies I have ever seen. Wow. Straight out of the theater, I just want to see more. I can't wait to see what they're directing this, and I cannot wait to see what the next steps are after this movie. So, as always, have a good evening, and I'll see you guys later for another video. And I'm thinking about going to the art museum, so stay tuned for my art museum vlog tomorrow. So, as always, I am Sasha Boss.